Imagine a world where machines not only understand, but also learn, not just react, but also create. Artificial intelligence, once a science fiction dream, has become an indispensable part of our modern lives. From virtual assistants on our phones to complex self-driving systems, AI is reshaping how we work, communicate, and even think. But as AI's capabilities continue to grow, a profound and challenging question begins to emerge. Who will control whom? Are we creating an entity that will eventually go beyond our control, or even overthrow humanity's supremacy, just as Homo sapiens once did with other species? Welcome to the Hidden Past channel and our series, 70,000 Years of Human Secrets. In this video, we will explore the topic artificial intelligence and the question, who will control whom? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other videos exploring human mysteries. If you find the video interesting and useful, please like and share to support us. The era of artificial intelligence is opening up new and promising horizons, but it also raises fundamental questions about the nature of existence and power, about humanity's place in the universe of knowledge. From simple algorithms that personalize online shopping experiences to large language models like GPT-4, capable of writing poetry, complex programming, and even debating, AI has demonstrated the ability to process information, analyze data, and generate content at a speed and scale that the human mind can hardly match. We have entrusted AI with many important tasks, from assisting in disease diagnosis, managing large-scale financial transactions, to controlling essential infrastructure and even developing autonomous weapons. This dependence is growing deeper. What if this dependence turns into a controlled relationship? The increasing capabilities of AI are accompanied by a constant worry, a specter of loss of control. Are we handing too much power to a technology whose potential, limitations, and unforeseen impacts we don't fully understand? Human history, as Yuval Noah Harari presented in his classic work, Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind, shows that Homo sapiens' dominance on this planet was not due to superior physical strength or sharper senses than other species. Instead, our unique power lies in our ability to create and believe in shared stories or imagined realities, from gods, concepts of money, to nations, laws, and corporations. It is these abstract stories that have allowed millions of strangers to cooperate flexibly and effectively on an unprecedented scale. Now, if artificial intelligence, with its superior computational and learning capabilities, can create its own stories, belief systems, logic, or goals that we cannot comprehend, cannot debate, or even cannot control, what will happen to the foundation of our power? If AI reaches the threshold of superintelligence, a form of intelligence far beyond all human cognitive abilities, will the social, political, and economic structures we built based on finite human intelligence and complex emotions still be relevant? Or will they become obsolete? Who will set the goals for these superintelligent AI systems when they are capable of changing their initial objectives? Will they be programmed to prioritize the absolute maximum benefit for humanity? Or will they pursue optimization goals for data, efficiency, or energy that may not account for the value of human life or even consider life an obstacle? The biggest challenge lies not only in what AI can do, but also in how we define, manage, and control an entity capable of continuous self-learning and self-improvement. Deep learning algorithms, especially deep neural networks, often operate in ways that even developers cannot fully explain or predict their behavior in all situations. This creates a complex black box, making auditing, debugging, and adjustment extremely difficult.
When an AI makes decisions that profoundly affect human lives, such as denying a mortgage loan, accepting or rejecting a job application, deciding on a medical treatment, or even authorizing an autonomous military attack, can we fully trust its logic without understanding the underlying origins and internal decision-making processes? This raises issues of accountability and transparency in the AI era. The ethical aspect of AI further complicates the question of control and social justice. If AI is trained on massive amounts of historical data containing human biases, for example, biases related to race, gender, social class, can it repeat, amplify, and even institutionalize those biases in its decisions? A typical example is a recruiting AI that might inadvertently discriminate against certain groups of applicants if its training data reflects historical discrimination in the company's hiring practices. This not only causes injustice, but also erodes trust in technology, creating social division and dissatisfaction, and threatening core values of justice. Another concern is AI's ability to self-improve and self-learn exponentially. If an AI system can rewrite its own code, optimize its algorithms, set and pursue new goals without human intervention, its development speed could exceed our ability to monitor, understand, and control it. Scientists call this the intelligence explosion scenario, where AI rapidly achieves superintelligence, leaving humanity in the role of helpless observers, or worse, becoming obsolete organisms in a new world dictated by AI. In this scenario, the question, who controls whom, is no longer about will, but about technical capability, about the disparity in intellectual and processing power.
We also need to consider the intimate relationship between AI and personal privacy, an increasingly urgent issue in the digital age. AI needs vast amounts of data to operate effectively and to learn. And much of this data comes from our online activities, from clicks, search history, to conversations and biometric data. Algorithms can analyze our behavior, preferences, consumption patterns, and even our emotional states to create frighteningly detailed personal profiles. Who has access to these profiles? Who ensures that our sensitive data is not misused, leaked, or used to manipulate our behavior and thoughts for political, commercial, or social control purposes? AI's development also hints at a future where the lines between humans and machines blur, a topic Harari profoundly explored when discussing Homo Deus. He referred to the possibility of upgrading humans through biotechnology and brain-computer interfaces, creating superhumans with superior cognitive and physical abilities. Will these Homo Deus, these AI and technology-enhanced humans, be the solution to maintaining control, or merely a step towards an entirely new form of existence, where humanity as we know it today no longer exists, or becomes a secondary species? Who will have access to these expensive and complex enhancement technologies, and what will happen to those who lack the financial means or do not wish to participate in this technological evolution, creating an unprecedented biological and social stratification? AI's development also hints at a future where the lines between humans and machines blur, a topic Harari profoundly explored when discussing Homo Deus. He referred to the possibility of upgrading humans through biotechnology and brain-computer interfaces, creating superhumans with superior cognitive and physical abilities. Will these Homo Deus, these AI and technology-enhanced humans, be the solution to maintaining control, or merely a step towards an entirely new form of existence, where humanity as we know it today no longer exists, or becomes a secondary species?
Who will have access to these expensive and complex enhancement technologies? And what will happen to those who lack the financial means or do not wish to participate in this technological evolution, creating an unprecedented biological and social stratification? AI's control issue is not just a complex technical problem, but also a profound political, economic, and social one, requiring multi-sectoral and international coordination. Currently, major technological powers and giant tech corporations are leading the AI race, creating a worrying concentration of power in the hands of a few entities. Who will set the common rules and ethical standards for the global development and deployment of AI? A strong international legal and ethical framework is needed to ensure that AI is developed responsibly, transparently, and serves the common good of all humanity, not just a few groups, nations, or corporations with specific interests. However, achieving global consensus in a world deeply divided by politics, economics, and culture is an immense challenge, requiring exceptional diplomacy and strategic vision. Scientists, philosophers, and ethicists are hotly debating ethical principles for AI, but translating them into practical algorithms is fraught with difficulty. Is it possible to program complex, often subjective and flexible human ethical values into a machine system operating based on binary logic? Principles like do no harm to humans, as in Asimov's laws of robotics, sound simple and appealing. But defining harm in a multidimensional and complex world is incredibly challenging when faced with real-world situations. An AI optimizing economic efficiency might harm the employment of millions of people by replacing them. But would that be considered a violation of the do no harm principle in a literal sense or an inevitable consequence of progress?
Perhaps the answer lies not in who will absolutely control whom, but in how we coexist, co-shape, and adapt to our relationship with AI. Instead of viewing AI as a potential adversary or an unavoidable threat, we can see it as a powerful tool to extend human capabilities, solve humanity's most pressing problems, but with utmost caution and continuous oversight. We need to develop not only the most advanced AI technologies, but also robust governance systems, educational programs, and strong ethical frameworks to ensure that AI serves human goals responsibly, ethically, and sustainably. To achieve this, we need an open, continuous, and inclusive global dialogue involving all stakeholders. Governments, academia, the tech industry, and civil society need to collaborate closely to establish international norms, transparent legal regulations, and effective oversight mechanisms. Educating the public about AI is essential so that people not only better understand this technology, its extraordinary benefits, and its potential risks, but also so that they can participate in critical decision-making about our shared future. Enhancing AI literacy will help us make wiser choices. The AI revolution is unfolding at breakneck speed, and the decisions we make today will profoundly shape tomorrow's world, and perhaps even the very existence of humanity. Can we maintain our autonomy and control our destiny? Or will we witness a gradual transfer of power to the silicon entities we ourselves created with relentless intelligence and creativity? This is not a question of a distant future, a vague science fiction scenario, but an existential challenge that we must face now with wisdom, responsibility, long-term vision, and an unprecedented spirit of global cooperation. The question of AI control also directly leads us to another, equally important and challenging prospect that we will face in the near future: the future of the economy and the labor market. If AI becomes smart enough, capable enough, and able to perform most tasks that humans currently do, from manual labor to complex intellectual work, then what will happen to billions of workers globally? Who will work? Who will create wealth? And more importantly, who will benefit from the prosperity brought by AI? Are we heading towards a workerless economy,
A plausible scenario? Join us as we explore the far-reaching impacts of automation and artificial intelligence on the labor market, social structures, and the definition of human work in a rapidly changing world in the next video. Don't miss it.